Today here at E-MTB Review, I'm going to review a pretty special wheel set, the Spinergy MXX-e, specifically made for e-bikes, and it's got some pretty special qualities about it. And they also have the MXX that's lighter duty for traditional bikes or lightweight e-bikes. Okay, I put these wheel set on and so many of my friends were all of a sudden like, how do you like those wheels? How do you like those wheels? Nobody knows anything about them and they look pretty stunning. I think once they saw them, they're like, whoa, they look good. So yeah, appearance wise, e-bikes are kind of big. So everything is kind of getting bigger and proportionally, they look really, really good because the spokes are massive and these hub flanges are huge as well. So you know, aesthetically it matches. But what's really special about these wheels is they are a little different from the rest of the wheels out there. You know, remember back in the days of NV wheels, you know, $2,500 wheels, $2,700 wheels. Yeah, it had some cool decals, everyone bought them. But when you rode them, they didn't ride that good. They were so harsh and stiff that it just wore you out. You couldn't hold the line, etc. These wheels are on the other side of the spectrum. They ride really differently, you know. It's like a comfy couch of a wheel. The vibrations are really depth. I mean, my first ride, I instantly recognized it. So that is the newsworthy thing about these wheels. And then, but the downside of kind of comfortable wheels is laterally they're a little flexy, right? You know, narrow rim or flexi rims and whatnot, or these kinds of builds, and you know, they don't handle as well, you know, corner as well. These wheels are not that, you know, for some reason, you know, even better than the traditional fiber spokes, they are laterally stiff. I think the tension strength, you know, they absorb energy, vibration, well, by their nature, but the pull strength of them is really good, meaning there's no give at all. And I think that's what makes wheels flexy. These spokes are pretty special. You know, Spinergy's been around for a while. They call them PBO spokes, and you're like, wow, they look like plastic, but really, they're not plastic. They're special fibers. They're like almost hair-like, but very strong. And there's like thousands or hundreds of thousands of them inside. So the plastic thing you see, that's just the covering to make them waterproof and sunproof. So you could just, you know, it's so important for bikes to be protected from the elements, especially if you leave them outside. So I went right to the heart of the matter, right? How, you know, what's special about the wheels? It's really the ride quality. The basics is it's $60.99 for this wheel set. If you wanted the other version, it's the MXX, not the MXX-e. That one is $1,500, $1,499, and 300 grams less. So about 1,800 and change. So I would, you know, if you're a light guy like me, and I ride a lot of these lightweight e-bikes, Levo SL or Bear Rise, you know, I'd really look at that one as well, because I really like the technology they put in these wheels. So MXX, MXX-e, I have the MXX-e right here, and how they're different is the spokes are 35% bigger, 4 millimeters in diameter, and then the hubs too are, I believe, 35%. The hubs are already pretty amazing for Spinergy. New stuff, you know, big body, replaceable driver, very easily swappable, and 108 points of engagement, and super strong. So they're really pretty good already. But what they did was they made the hubs 35% bigger, flanges on both sides. Look at that. That's so cool. You don't see them. You don't see that a lot. It's so symmetrical and huge. It's really cool. They have a 30 millimeter internal rim with a foam core inside. You know, I think that just makes it a little stronger. I'm not sure if it adds to the vibration damping, but you know, like I said, this thing just rides different. I'm like, whoa, well, flat tire, or am I losing pressure? And I think on an e-bike that's really important, because you ride longer, you ride more. I used to ride 3 times a week, now I ride 6 times a week. and a lot of 4,000, 5,000 foot climbs and descents. The motor helps you on the climbs. It's not going to help you at all on descents. So I really like my suspension tuned and plush as possible. And if the wheels can help me do that, with tire pressure, it goes a long way. Because you just ride more smiles. Okay, the other thing I can say about them, so that's the sound. Pretty quiet, nice muffled. It's very sharp, a lot of points of engagement. The pattern is two cross and only 24 spokes. And I think they do that for ride quality. They also have an MXX-24, but I think for my market, either Enduro bikes or e-bikes, MXX or the MXX-e. I'm pretty jazzed. The only downside I would say so far, it's not cheap, but carbon special spokes and really a nice rim. That's understandable. They're not that light, 40 grams, but really what I'm gonna say to you guys is if you have an e-bike, if you have a 50-pound e-bike, you don't need to save 300 grams. What you want to optimize for is performance, comfort, and quality. Something that will last you, take all the hits. One downside I saw, it was very hard to install the tires for me because I think my tires were brand new. I think these are brand new Continentals. But I also, this is another brand, Delum. There's no inner ridge in the wheel. So man, I had to wrestle with these tires, brand new tires. So I had a lot of questions for Spinergy, so I did a little Q&A with the marketing guy, Paul Cusick, an old friend, and I'll share with you 5 points that I learned from them. So the first question I asked them is, how are they different? And he did reinforce what I did notice. I wrote them first before I talked to him, is the PBO spokes of Spinergy. They really deliver ride quality. Less fatigue, less discomfort, and more control. Less deflection, less bouncing around. So it really delivers. I think they're big in wheelchairs. Some of the highest end wheelchairs out there, they take care of them, and you could see, that technology, the vibration damping is very important in wheelchairs. That's you're on that thing all day long, and you don't have much. I'm not sure if you even have air pressure to help them out. The other question I had was about configurations. On their website, you see the 29er and the 27. I asked about mullet. He goes, oh yeah, we sell mullet all day long these days. So by the way, they sell direct, so I think you guys can benefit from savings there. And the options are the color of the spokes. The color of spokes match the decals, I think, normally, and they are kind of a good statement, a big statement. So a lot of personalization because these spokes are so huge. They're not like teeny little spokes that you color. And I think the coloring, all that is free of charge. So it's up to you. So you just configure. They have the XD driver, the micro spline, and then the traditional old Shimano cassette. Okay, a couple more questions I learned about them. I asked them what their most popular wheel is. And they said the MXX-30 is their most popular wheel. They also sell a lot of the GX, and GXX. I think those are gravel wheels. And finally, I asked them about center lock. I only saw center lock on their website, and they said they do like the center lock technology, and it does offer more options, the most options, because you can put a 6-bolt adapter to a center lock, and it's still very effective, not the other way around. So, there you go, $1,700, but 6 rides on this thing, and I'm pretty impressed. This is my score bike. This is my Enduro engineering stand, by the way, where you could spin your chain. It takes 10 seconds to get it out of the stand and whatnot. We'll have links in the description, and also I'll link these Spinergy wheels. Definitely worth a look if you are into e-bikes or gravel bikes or even trail enduro bikes. All right, guys, thanks a ton.